Hey VC, how's it going? It's almost Christmas, a couple days away. This is going to be my last video of the year. It's been a pretty good year for me as far as collecting vinyl. I've been on kind of a budget, so this year I've kind of focused more on thrift shops and bargain bins. But I've had pretty good luck, especially I've kind of changed my strategy, so I'm hitting thrift shops, trying to hit multiple shops in one day, and hitting them like consistently, like sometimes a couple days in a row, and hitting like the same shop, like sometimes like same shop 4 days in a week. Just trying to be there when that score comes in. It just seems like if you're there when they put a collection out and you get first pick, or if you're there within a day, you can get some really good stuff, but it doesn't last long because of there's fellow diggers out there, and they're thinking the same thing. They want to get that first pick. But it's been a pretty good year. I've managed to find some pretty good cool records and CDs and equipment. But this video, this is going to be a pretty good video. I had a really good score yesterday. It was really kind of surreal, really strange. But yeah, so this store, it's from a store here in town. It's not really a thrift shop. It's a book and music and video store, and used to be Books A Million, and then it closed and reopened as Second and Charles, which is owned by Books A Million. And it's basically like a half-price Books clone. So, but what's special about this store, it's really cool, is they have a free bin out front. So I always try to check the free bin. As I drive by, I can kind of look down the side of the building where the front entrance is, and I can see the free bin. And if there's vinyl in there, I can usually kind of see it as I drive by, because it's pretty tall, and the free bins are wire racks really, and so I can see if there's some vinyl in there. And a lot of times I'll make a U-turn and just dig through. But yeah, just find some really interesting stuff. Not always like a great find. The other day I picked up a Earl Grant record, Beyond the Reef. It's actually pretty good stuff. And I found this just a few days ago, the Beach Boys Christmas album. Perfect timing, right in time for Christmas. This is actually in pretty good shape. Just in the free bin. So yeah, so that's one of my regular stops. And so I stopped in there yesterday. I hit like the 2 Goodwills in town, didn't have any luck. And this store is just right down the street from one of the Goodwills, so I popped in there to look. And I go up to the free bin. I see there's a bunch of stuff in the free bin. There's a few records, so I wasn't too excited. But when I start looking through the records, I find these picture discs. It's the Best of Gallagher, and apparently what these are is they're picture discs that came up for Record Store Day in 2015, and they had these things priced at $10 at one point. And I don't remember ever seeing these in the store, which is kind of my experience with a lot of stuff in the free bin, is it's been priced for the store, but I've never seen it in the store that I recall. So yeah, picture disc, you got the comedian Gallagher's lovely face there in the front, and then the flip side, some watermelon. He's famous for smashing watermelons. So I don't know if it's something I'll be listening to often, but nice little package. And then it's got like a multi-page booklet is what's in there. I guess the photos and stuff. So I guess it's his comedy routine pulled from it. Says like over 10 different performances. But there were 3 copies of this thing in there. They've been priced for $10 at one point. I guess priced for $10 in September of this year. And now they're in the free bin. So, like I said, this free bin, it doesn't always make sense, like what they throw in there. I don't get it. And I'm digging around a little more, and I find a book. It's the AllMusic Guide to Jazz, which is really cool. For that day when the internet goes down for good, I'll have my my print resource. Actually, I can probably sit around at night and just work my way through here, reading up on different musicians I like and reading reviews of their albums and stuff, instead of having to stare at a little tiny phone screen. And then I found these. These are really cool. I was mostly excited about these. These are laser discs, little 10-inch laser discs. You know, like 4 music videos a piece. And so yeah, I was like, wow, that's cool. They had a few in the store. They had like a Motorhead laser disc this size, and then like an Iron Maiden. I think those were like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. And I have a laser disc player, but I wasn't really willing to spend that much money. But then I found these in the free bin, which is super cool. Yeah, so just little, you know, bigger than a CD. These are 10-inch. And it's cool because the back side is white. So there's only one side with the data. Yeah, so really cool, but these were priced like $5, and then this other one, it's a Helix, the band Helix. This one was priced $3, but I don't remember ever seeing either of these in the store. You know, like I said, I've seen a Motorhead and the Iron Maiden one. I've been keeping an eye on those, the prices. You know, I might buy those, but you know, damn, in the free bin, which really seems weird. You know, once I finished, I found, this is what I found in the free bin when I got there. And then I went to, they have a CD rack out front, kind of a rolling cart. And they've been putting it out for about a month now. And just looking through, everything's kind of marked down on it to like a lot of stuff down to $1 now, or 50 cents even. And so as I'm looking through this CD bin, I hear a voice say, like, you're not going to find anything good in there. And I turn around, and it's this guy Ted. This guy used to run older guy, used to run a record store here in town. And about a week ago, there was a string of days, about 3 days in a row, where I ran into this guy. He's a very enthusiastic thrift shop digger like myself. And for like 3 days in a row, I kept running into him at different shops. And so we talked for a bit, and I said, like, you know, I said I haven't really found much in the thrift shops now in the past few days, but I said, you know, I found some cool stuff in the free bin. You know, by this point I'd already put it in the car and come back to look through the CDs, and he's like, yeah, he said, there's never anything new vinyl-wise in the store here. It's just kind of a letdown. You know, most of the good stuff's in the free bin. I said, yeah, it's crazy. He said, you know, sometimes I think I want to go in and complain, you know, like, you know, why are you people putting stuff that could sell in the free bin, you know, when there's nothing good in the store? But and he says, you know, but I don't want to mess things up, you know, because I like the stuff in the free bin. I said, yeah, exactly. You know, it's nice to find cool stuff in the free bin. So we talked for a while about what we found in the local thrift shops and things like that, and then he goes off to, he's going to check out another shop. And so I go inside to see if, you know, maybe possibly perhaps there's something new in the vinyl. The past, I don't know, 3 or 4 times I've stopped in this place, there really hasn't been anything new coming into the vinyl. You know, used vinyl, anything like that. So I go in, I kind of flip through the bins for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I'm really not finding anything new, and one of the employees is walking by and he says, just want to let you know the value vinyl here in the back, it's all been marked down to $1. So yeah, he said, you know, it's not junk, it's just overstock stuff we're getting rid of, trying to get rid of. So I'm like, okay, I'll go back there and check that out. So I worked my way back and found some stuff. It wasn't $1, but it was marked down to like $1.95, and got me pretty excited because, like I said, I just haven't seen anything new in this store for a long time. Any new used vinyl coming in. So I found some pretty cool jazz stuff, and I was really, really excited about finding this stuff for $1.95 each. I got some Cannonball Adderley. This is Cannonball Adderley and the Bossa Rio Sextet. Now this is on Capitol, but this album originally came out on Riverside. I want to say back in '62, and was reissued on Capitol for some reason. I guess he was under contract at Capitol, and they bought the rights. It had a totally different cover on Riverside. So that was $1.95. These were all $1.95. Bill Evans' Conception, double album on Milestone, gatefold double record set, and I guess this is like his first recordings under his own name. And then there's 6 previously unissued performances, it says. Bill Evans Trio Live with Chuck Israels and Larry Bunker on Verve. This one is from like '64, I think. Could be wrong. More Bill Evans, Montreux 2 on CTI. So this one's getting into the 70s. And then some Oscar Peterson, and another double record set, Trio and Transition. And this is the MRC Jazz Series. So yeah, nice gatefold double record set. So I was really excited, finding all this jazz for cheap. I mean, this made my day. Oscar Peterson, Hello Herbie, with the guitarist Herb Ellis. This guy here. I think someone showed this in their response video to Diana Biernat. She wanted to see like weird album covers or something, and someone pointed out how awkward Herb Ellis kind of looks in the photo there, but I definitely agree, it's kind of a weird photo. But this is on the MPS label, US pressing from BASF. And then Francis Albert Sinatra and Antonio Carlos Jobim. Frank Sinatra here and Jobim. Pretty cool, $1.95. And then this last one here was $1, and it looks pretty beat up. You can kind of see the record slipping out of the bottom, but it's a promo. And yeah, so I figured I'd give it a look. It's a white label promo, and it's actually in really nice shape. The record, the jacket's obviously in pretty crappy shape, but not bad at all. On Epic. Yeah, so for $1 I was happy to pick that up. So I was feeling pretty good, finding that stuff and finding those laser discs and even the Gallagher picture discs in the free bin. So I thought, wow, this has been a great day. This is awesome. And then my phone starts ringing and blowing up with text messages from my wife and my daughter. I got to pick my daughter up, and my wife wants to know how she got a hold of me, and I'm trying to communicate with the two of them, and it's getting awkward. So I'm like, okay, I better get out of here, get on the road. So I go up and pay for my stuff, and as I walk out the door, I look over at the free bin, and it's packed full of vinyl. And I was like, what the hell? Because I just gone in like maybe half an hour before and pretty much cleared out what was in there. And I was like, wow, this is cool. So I go over and look, and it's stuff that's like right up my alley. It's right the kind of stuff I was looking for, and it must have come in the same collection as these records I bought. And I'll get into in a minute what's the theories I have of what's going on here, but it just seemed really kind of bizarre. What ends up in the free bin and what's priced for $1.95 and stuff. But so I'm kind of gonna build my way up. Start with kind of the less interesting stuff and work to the really exciting stuff. This one on Concord, Warren Vacher, polished brass. I'm not familiar with him, but I like the Concord label. It's got Jack Hanna on drums. I don't know most of these guys. And then a couple from the Everest records, I think best known for their classical recordings, but they did a series, the Archive of Folk and Jazz Music. So you got Sidney Bechet with guest artist Lionel Hampton, and then Pete Fountain, New Orleans All-Stars. And one on Verve, Bobby Hackett, Creole Cookin'. And I'm not familiar with Bobby Hackett really, but you got like Bob Brookmeyer on here on trombone, Pepper Adams on baritone sax, Zoot Sims and Joe Farrell on tenor sax. So yeah, pretty good players. Henry Red Allen, Feeling Good. This one on CBS. This is actually a New Zealand pressing. Pretty interesting. Someone's made a lot of notes on the back here. And then when I pull this one out to take a look at it, it's so I can show you the record label. There's the label. Kind of interesting. there were a bunch of clippings and stuff inside here from Melody Maker, kind of the music newspaper out of England about Red Allen. So pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely obviously from someone's collection. And this caught my eye. It's you know, it's part of an article about Red Allen here, but on the back side of this, it's folded over. It's got a thing about O.C. Johnson. He just died, and this is '66. You know, kind of a jazz drummer I see in a lot of albums I buy from, you know, late 50s through the 60s. Another one, Paul Smith, the pianist, Heavy Jazz. This one on a pretty obscure label, I guess, Outstanding Records it's called, out of Huntington Beach, California. But it's got Louis Bellson on drums and Ray Brown on bass. I think this is from the 70s. Kind of hard to figure out, but I think this is from the 70s. Kind of later recording. Herb Ellis, the guitarist, and Russ Tompkins on piano. A Pair to Draw To. This one on, I think Concord. Yeah, Concord. Stefan Grappelli and Barney Kessel, I Remember Django. This is a Black Lion, distributed by Audio Fidelity record. There's the Black Lion logo. And in the back you got the Audio Fidelity logo, so kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that's just right up my alley. Jimmy Rolls plays Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn. Piano player here. Kind of looks like a country guy. He's got like a baseball or trucker hat on, but when you look at the hat says Ellington. I didn't catch that at first. It kind of has like a country boy look to him. Pretty cool. And then a double record set, Bill Evans, The Village Vanguard Sessions. This is a milestone, I guess, reissue here. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, here we go. Pretty cool. It's free. Bill Evans, The Paris Concert, Edition 1 from Electro Musician. Kind of a later period, Bill Evans. He's getting a little hairier there. Promo. Let's see what this looks like. Maybe not. White label promo. Oscar Peterson. We got some Oscar Peterson here, another piano player. Oscar Peterson Action. This one on the Pazza label, or PA-USA. I guess they reissued a lot of like European releases for the American market. This one would have been on, I think, MPS originally. And on MPS here, Oscar Peterson, In a Mellow Mood, 2-record set on MPS BASF. And then you got Kenny Drew on Inner City Records, If You Could See Me Now. This one with Niels Henning Orsted Peterson on bass and Albert Tootie Heath on drums. So, you know, this is crazy. I don't know why this stuff ends up in the dollar bin. Bud Shank, sax player, plays the music and arrangements of Michel Legrand, Windmills of Your Mind on World Pacific. And some Pablo records here from Matthew Robinson. Here you go. You know, this is crazy. I mean, how does this stuff end up in the dollar bin? Zoot Sims, soprano sax with Ray Bryant, Grady Tate, and George Mraz. This one's gold stamp promo. Yeah, nothing special with the label. Gold stamp promo. And Zoot Sims with, I just showed Jimmy Rowles, the piano player, George Mraz, and Mousy Alexander. This is Warm Tenor. Another one on Pablo. And also in Pablo, The Best of Benny Carter. And getting into Columbia records here, Don Byas and Bud Powell, A Tribute to Cannonball. Promo on Columbia. I think these are recordings. This was released in like '79, but I think these are recordings from the early '60s. And this one is another one. And these records are all in really nice shape, and everything's nice and crisp. You know, the inner sleeves and stuff. This is a show this properly. White label promo here. Definitely not anything I would throw in the dollar bin if I worked there. The Last Concert by the Modern Jazz Quartet on Atlantic. Another promo copy. Double record set. This is not a white label, just a regular standard Atlantic label. And Charles Mingus on Columbia, Let My Children Hear Music. And this was a radio station copy here, I guess. Pretty cool. And then the really pretty exciting one here. Never expect to see Blue Note, early period Blue Note, and the Free Ben. This isn't super early period, it's on Liberty Records, I guess. But this is Stanley Turrentine, Easy Walker. This is on Blue Note, a division of Liberty Records. I think this is from the late '60s, so that would have been appropriate. I don't remember what year this was. But I looked it up, and it looks like the first pressings were actually on the Blue Note Liberty label here. Yeah, another one, just the record in damn near mint shape here. And then just a few other things that, you know, it wasn't all just killer jazz, kind of some weird stuff. This is the kind of stuff you tend to see in the free bin. Looked interesting, so I grabbed it. I don't know exactly what this is. Looks like songs in Spanish. And looks like some kind of children's choir. And some Perez Prado. These are kind of budget label stuff here, but I like Perez Prado. Latin Dance Party. And Great Mambos. Another Perez Prado. And then some Decca Gold label classical Maestro Segovia. Andres Segovia, the guitar player. Yeah, so it's really weird. I've got a few different theories about this free bin, like exactly what the heck's going on here. One is that, you know, the obvious, that the people working there just don't know what the hell they're doing, the people pricing vinyl. But that would be kind of weird, because I mean, obviously this stuff all came from someone's collection who knew their music. You know, it wasn't just jazz mixed with other stuff and old beat up stuff they found at a garage sale. I don't know, maybe it was. Maybe they found all this stuff at a garage sale and they took it there, and they believed the guy when the guy told them it was all junk and threw it in the free bin. But I suspect this is all from somebody's collection, which kind of confuses me. Like, you know, if the guy told them it was worthless, they'd say no, especially like the Blue Note, that's obviously got some value. Everybody knows Blue Note records. So I don't think it's that the people pricing this stuff are clueless, which makes me kind of wonder, is it something kind of shady, or people who work there putting stuff in the free bin for a friend of theirs to come pick up? I don't know. I definitely don't want to make any accusations, but it's just something I think about. Like, am I getting something that was intended for someone else? But if so, I mean, it's first come, first serve. Or maybe there's someone in the store who sees me like a raccoon digging through a dumpster, stopping by this free bin on a regular basis, and said, let's just throw this guy a bone, and puts his stuff out there. For me, I don't know. Maybe. If there is, I thank you. Very kind. But I don't know. But like I've talked about this guy Ted, you know, I don't want to complain. I don't want to rock the boat. I love finding stuff like this in a free bin. This is just freaking amazing, and really made my day. And it's just I'm tempted to just wrap all this stuff up and put it under the tree as a Christmas gift to myself. Just a really weird experience finding this stuff in the free bin. You know, usually the kind of stuff like I showed those records, like I found a Depeche Mode CD. It's one CD of a 2 CD set. This is what I kind of expect to find in a free bin. Like, you know, it's missing one of the CDs in the set. Is Depeche Mode Live. Really good stuff, but you know, you don't have the other CD of the set, so the value's not as high. But classic jazz stuff, I don't. Are they really that clueless? I don't know. But yeah, that's my last big score of the year, and a pretty good one. I thank you all for watching, and I wish you all good luck in 2017 collecting vinyl. May the vinyl gods shine upon you all. Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next year. Bye-bye.